Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Pain was the greatest teacher. It forced a new standard, not just a new hope. We all want change. We all talk about wanting to be happy, wanting success, wanting to feel alive, driven, fulfilled. But most people don't change when they should. They change when they must. And that shift, that movement from I want this to I'll no longer tolerate anything less. That's the moment your life begins to transform. That moment doesn't come from just reading a book or watching a motivational video. It comes from pain, real, raw, undeniable pain. Pain that forces you to look in the mirror and say, no more. That's how I began to rewire my mind. Growing up was chaos. I didn't grow up in a world of encouragement or certainty. I grew up around alcoholism, abuse, emotional volatility, scarcity. There were days when we didn't have food. I've had people throw me out. I've been told I was nothing, and for a long time I let that pain crush me. I let it build anger, resentment, fear, but somewhere inside, something deeper was happening. That pain wasn't just breaking me, it was forging me. It was carving out space inside of me for strength I didn't know I had. Because pain, when used the right way, becomes the foundation of a standard you never let go of. You don't raise your standards in a moment of comfort. You do it in moments of suffering. That's when the truth hits you. You look at your life and realize this isn't working. You can't pretend anymore. You can't lie to yourself anymore. You either stay stuck in the pain or you rise through it. And for me, there came a moment I was living in a 400 square foot apartment, washing my dishes in the bathtub, broke, alone, angry. I remember screaming at the top of my lungs, I will never live like this again. That wasn't a wish. That wasn't a nice idea. That was a standard. And the moment I made that decision, I could feel it in my nervous system. Something had changed. I wasn't hoping anymore. I was deciding. I wasn't interested. I was committed. Most people are still hoping something will shift, hoping someone will notice them, hoping life will get better. But hope, while powerful, isn't a strategy. Pain is the trigger that forces you into the necessity of transformation. You get to a point where staying the same is more painful than stepping into the unknown. That's when you make the call, the leap, the move. Not because you feel brave, but because you can't stay where you are. That's when the rewiring starts. Because now, your brain isn't just interested in change, it's wired for it. It's ready. It's hungry. And when hunger meets pain, you've got leverage. Pain gave me emotional leverage. That's something people underestimate. They think they need motivation, inspiration, the perfect plan. No, what you need is to feel the consequences of staying the same. You need to connect to what it's costing you. Your health, your relationships, your self-respect, your future. When you associate enough pain to not changing and enough pleasure to stepping up, you don't just want to change, you have to. And that's the edge. That's the fuel, but you've got to be honest with your pain. You can't numb it, avoid it, or rationalize it away. You've got to face it. You've got to look it dead in the eye and say, what are you here to teach me? Because pain is always carrying a message. It's your mind and body screaming, wake up. This isn't who you are. And once you hear that message, really hear it, you'll start to realize the pain isn't your enemy, it's your coach, it's your trainer. It's the part of life that refuses to let you settle. That Thanksgiving when I was 11 years old, when we had no food and someone showed up and changed my life, that moment could have broken me. It could have made me feel small, weak, dependent. But instead I used it. I decided that one day I'd be the one who showed up. I'd be the one who changed someone else's life. That pain gave birth to my mission. That hunger turned into drive, and over time that drive became discipline. And that discipline turned into a standard, not just for my life, but for how I serve others. Rewiring your mind starts when you start linking pain to the right things. Pain doesn't just mean suffering, it means information. And if you can learn to link pain to your excuses, your limitations, your inaction, and link pleasure to pushing through, to showing up, to growing, then you'll start to act from a place of strength. Not because life got easier, but because your standards got higher. That's the key. Every major breakthrough I've had in my life personally, professionally, emotionally came from a point of pressure. Pain was the gateway, because when things are comfortable, you negotiate, you delay, you compromise, but when the pain gets intense enough, you decide. You raise your baseline. You stop tolerating garbage in your habits, in your thinking, in your relationships. You set new boundaries, you hold yourself accountable, you take massive action, and that's not just because you want a better life, it's because you refuse to go back. That's how I rewired my mind. I didn't wait for inspiration. I created leverage. I made decisions in moments of deep emotional intensity. I burned the boats. I stopped hoping life would change and started demanding that change. And when I did, everything else followed. The quality of your life is determined by the standards you hold for yourself, and the standards you refuse to compromise on. Pain helps you find those, so if you're hurting right now, good. It means your soul is alive. It means something inside of you knows this isn't it. Don't run from the pain, lean into it, learn from it, use it. Because once you convert pain into purpose, once you let it force a new standard, you become unshakable. You become the person who doesn't need permission, who doesn't wait for the perfect moment, who creates the moment, who becomes the solution. And that's what changed everything for me. It wasn't luck. It wasn't talent. It was pain, and the decision to rise because of it, not in spite of it. Pain is life's way of saying you're not done yet. So take the pain, don't just survive it, don't just overcome it. Use it. Let it become the fire that rewires your mind, rebuilds your identity, and reclaims your future. That's the path. That's how dreams are built. That's how lives are transformed, and that's how your legacy begins. Focus is power. Wherever your focus goes, energy flows. That's not just a motivational phrase, that's the principle that changed my life. If you're not getting what you want in life, it's not because the opportunity isn't there. It's because your focus is scattered. You're divided. You're reacting instead of directing. And when your mind is divided, your results are diluted. One of the biggest breakthroughs I ever had came when I realized that focus is not something you wait for, it's something you train. I didn't just wake up focused. I trained my nervous system, my emotions, my beliefs, my habits, my thoughts, everything to align with the outcomes I was committed to. That's how you rewire your mind. That's how you direct your life toward your dream. People think clarity comes first and focus follows. But the truth is, focus brings clarity. You don't get a perfect vision and then take action, you take massive action in one direction, and clarity begins to sharpen. I started out with more questions than answers. I didn't know all the steps, but I knew this. I couldn't afford to scatter my energy anymore. I had to lock in. If I wanted to change my life, really change it, I had to eliminate distractions, destroy excuses, and narrow my vision to a razor sharp point. That's what focus does. It cuts through the noise. It eliminates confusion. And it gives you momentum. But here's the catch: focus isn't just about what you do. It's about what you refuse to do. It's about what you say no to, what you shut down, what you stop giving attention to. The mind is like a garden. Whatever you water will grow. If you water fear, it grows. If you water doubt, it grows. If you water excuses, they grow. But if you water faith, if you water courage, if you water purpose, that's what grows. So the question is, what are you feeding with your focus every day? What are you rehearsing in your mind? Are you visualizing success or reliving failure? Are you focusing on what's possible or obsessing over what's missing? For me, the shift happened when I realized I couldn't keep focusing on what I didn't have. I couldn't keep focusing on the pain, the lack, the resentment. That focus was draining me. I had to flip the script. I started focusing on what I could do. I focused on who I wanted to become, how I could serve, how I could grow. I took all the energy I was using to feel sorry for myself and redirected it into building a new identity. And the moment I did that, everything began to change. Because where your focus goes, your feelings follow. And when you feel empowered, you act empowered. People underestimate the power of intentional focus. Most people wake up and their phone hijacks their attention. Their inbox owns their mind. Social media controls their emotions. They're reacting all day and then wonder why they feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and directionless. Your mind is a supercomputer, but if you don't tell it what to focus on, it'll default to survival mode. And survival mode isn't designed for greatness, it's designed to keep you safe, stuck, and small. You've got to override that. You've got to decide what to focus on, and not just once daily . Focus is a discipline, not an event. Every morning, I trained myself to lock in on what mattered. I asked better questions. What am I here to do today? What's one action I can take that moves me closer to my vision? What am I grateful for? What's exciting about this challenge? That kind of focus changes your state. And your state determines your behavior. It's not just about positive thinking, it's about powerful directing. Directing your attention, your meaning, your energy, and your action toward what truly matters. You've got to remember your brain is always looking for evidence to support whatever it believes. So if you focus on being overwhelmed, your brain will find 10 reasons to prove you're stuck. If you focus on being resourceful, your brain will find possibilities you couldn't see before. Focus expands whatever it touches. You want a better life? Start by mastering your focus. Direct it toward outcomes, not obstacles, toward progress, not perfection, toward purpose, not problems. There were times in my life when everything felt chaotic. No money, no certainty, no roadmap, and in those moments, my mind wanted to spiral, but I refused to let my focus spiral with it. I chose to anchor my attention in something more powerful, possibility. I trained my mind every single day to find the opening, to find the opportunity, to find the next step. Because the truth is, you don't need to know everything to change your life. You just need to focus on the next right thing and give it everything you've got. And listen, focus isn't about intensity for one day. It's about consistency over time. Anyone can focus when they're inspired. Anyone can work hard when they're motivated. But champions real game. Changers, they stay focused especially when it's boring. When it's hard, when no one's watching, that's when your focus becomes a weapon. That's when it starts to rewire your identity. Because the more you focus on your vision, the more that vision becomes you and the more everything else falls away. When I was broke, overweight, and feeling lost, my focus was on everything I hated about my life. That made me powerless. But the moment I shifted that focus to what I could control, to what I would become, to what I wanted to give, my energy changed. My emotions shifted and my behavior followed. That's how focus rewires your mind. You start to condition your nervous system to respond differently, to take different actions, to show up as a different person. And over time, those repeated moments of directed focus become your new default. So if you want to transform, don't start by changing your entire life, start by changing your focus. Stop waiting for clarity and create it. Stop letting your mind drift direct it. Every single day, wake up and choose where your attention goes. Train it like a muscle. Sharpen it like a blade. Because your dream doesn't live in your wishes, it lives in your focus . And when you master that, you don't just change your mind, you change your entire destiny. Success is not an accident, it's not luck. It's not some magical moment where everything aligns just because you hoped hard enough. Success is the result of standards, the standards you set. The standards you live by. The standards you refuse to compromise. The truth is, every single break through I've experienced in my life, every shift, every transformation, every victory came after I raised my standards. I got sick of my own excuses. I got fed up with settling, and I made a decision. I would no longer tolerate a life that was less than the one I was capable of living. That's when everything started to change. That's when I rewired my identity, not just my habits or routines, but the core of who I was. Because once you raise your standards, you begin to demand more from yourself, and when you demand more, you become more. There's a line in the sand you have to draw if you want to live at the highest level. And that line is between what's acceptable and what's unacceptable . Most people never cross that line because they tolerate too much. They tolerate fear. They tolerate laziness. They tolerate being average. They tolerate relationships that drain them, thoughts that sabotage them, and behaviors that keep them small, and they justify it. They say things like, "That's just how I am," or "It's not that bad." But here's the truth: your life is a direct reflection of what you tolerate . The moment you raise your standards, not hope, not want, not wish, but demand a higher level of living, the world starts to shift around you. Because when you show up different, life responds differently. One of the most powerful things I ever did was get brutally honest with myself. I asked, what am I really committed to?